What's going on, people? Well, as I told y'all yesterday, the Louisiana State Attorney General's office had issued a statement saying whether or not they were going to charge Blane Salamoni in the death of Alton Sterling. Officer Blane Salamoni was called out to the scene of where Alton Sterling sells CDs at a very well-known little corner store here in my hometown. So, unfortunately, the officers will not be charged in his death. It came back today. They made a decision between 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. this morning. I was at work, so I really couldn't be on the phone, but I got back-to-back notifications, and they didn't take very long at all to make that decision. So I'm just getting in from work. I'm looking at, like replay news and just looking at different stuff on Facebook about it. And I'm just going to go ahead on and play a little bit of this. And I'll be back with my thoughts on everything.
Infiltrates law enforcement. They become the Blue Klux Klan with a license to kill. They're race soldiers all across America, and the head wizard sits at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, giving them the okay to murder and commit brutality on blacks. Point blank.
Hey, look, the report right here is pretty clear of how you get away with it. If you look at this report, which they have been made very public, I think they even put it on the website or something like that. They put his criminal history, which has nothing to do with anything in this situation. They put the toxicology report. They put all type of stuff in here that has nothing to do with the night of the shooting. The wording in it is very pro the officers. If this was a report of just findings, you put the findings. You don't bias it towards being accepted by your constituents. That's how you get away with it. You get away with it by killing somebody in 60 seconds. Before even talking to them or trying to calm them down or speaking to them, Alton never threw a punch, a kick, anything. And he was shot in 60 seconds.
He asked, what did I do? Man, what did I do? He don't even know why he died.
Look through the facts of this report. He even told the officers, man, I have a gun. He told them. They also keep trying to make Alton look like he was a criminal. This man sold CDs in front of this convenience store every night to provide for his kids. He wasn't out there robbing people, killing people, doing anything like that. He was selling CDs to support his family at night. So, that's how people get away with it. They get away with it by putting it right in your face and calling it an official report.
Mr. Stewart, can you follow up a little bit on how you started this out by saying y'all are going to make this right at the ballot box? Tell me about this political campaign and how you really intend to, or maybe Representative Marcel can make this right by electing people who are going to bring justice to the
We're certainly going to start a voter registration drive like we've never seen before. And I think we're not going to get answers until we change the people who are in office. And we can't change the people in office unless we register them to vote and come out and let them know that this is unacceptable. We're going to demand that you do your job. You took an oath of office. We demand that you go by that oath of office that you took. And when you don't, we need to eliminate you. It's just that simple. We don't need a bunch of marches or a bunch of burning buildings or a bunch of burning cars. What we need is a bunch of burning people with burning hearts to replace people that are not doing their jobs. I'm going to do everything within my power to make sure that that happens.
And make sure you get rid of the mayor too, because he wouldn't have either.
And look, whoever asked that question, you have to understand from the very beginning, this administration said that they were not going to be looking into prosecuting officers, keeping up with the consent decrees, things of that nature. That leads to this kind of behavior where some officers out there feel like they can bully people in the communities, predominantly in black minority communities. You can't just run to a lawyer that's around the corner.
It's a lot harder. None of these police are residents of Baton Rouge.
So
Neither one of them.
So it's a lot harder. And especially when you get justified to behave the way that Salamoni did. and hopefully he won't have a job for much longer.
What's the status of your civil lawsuit against the city and the officers?
Well,
it's moving along fine. In fact, we had a conference call about a week or so ago with the parish attorney. At this point, we told him that expect anything and everything. We're coming. I guess obviously the big question is when are we going to see this video? I think once that video is made available, and obviously now that there has been no indication of an indictment or any criminal charge, that anything held in this office's possession and the Baton Rouge Police Department's possession is no longer subject to any exception for disclosure. That means everything is available. We will be looking at this information very carefully to make sure that it hasn't been edited or redacted to show a different scenario than what we've been led to believe in all of these various reports that have been provided to us. But to answer your question, yes, we're going to move this thing along quite fast, quite quickly, seeing as that we've had a federal government that investigated it for 10 months, interviewed all of the same witnesses. We had a state investigation for another 10 months that interviewed all the same witnesses. I don't see why we can't get this thing moved pretty quickly.
Well,
when
I
it
have
comes to
to
civil litigation,
on that.
are you guys, you can never put a price on a life, but are you guys seeking any kind of monetary payment? Are you all handling this pro bono for the family as well?
First and foremost, we want to make sure that the police officers are held what we call negligent under the civil standards. So yes, we are seeking justice through a civil negligence component. With that, as we all know, the only way to compensate or to bring about any closure will be through whatever the jury determines is just for Mr. Sterling's life. And at that point, we will know whether justice was delivered.
Listen. Up until this time, we've been hamstrung on moving the civil case forward because of the two criminal investigations. But like I said earlier, the light of day now and the gloves are off. The light of day now will be shined on this case. We now have the ability to go in and we will quickly obtain all of those videotapes and we're going to release them in the public. We want everybody to see exactly what happened.
The truth.
We want everybody to know what the truth is.
Unedited.
And we want to then proceed with our civil case. We're going to then put witnesses under oath. We're going to put, everybody who was out there that night, Mr. Salamoni, Mr. Lake, they will have to talk to us. We finally now will get the opportunity to move this civil case forward, and we're seeking justice for this family. But under our civil rules, ultimately that means a judgment, which is a money judgment. We can't do anything in the world to bring Alton Sterling back. But under the American civil justice system, the only thing we can do now is to recover a monetary award for them. And so we're putting the Metro Council on notice. We're putting the city of Baton Rouge on notice. Do the right thing. Let's bring this community back together. Let's do the right thing with this case.
You mentioned the officers' jobs. I understand the disciplinary decision by the police chief has not come down yet. It might come down sometime today or this week. What do you want to see with that? What do you want the police chief to
It matters not what his decision is. If he chooses to keep them, that's fine. There's a standard that they still have to abide by, which is the law.
They need to be fired.
They need to be
fired.
First and foremost, they should be fired. But what he decides in terms of discipline is between him and his officers. However, our measure of justice will come inside of that courtroom, which we intend to bring those officers there and to explain their action to our community in the form of a jury. One of the things that neither the federal government
I'm so sorry about that, y'all. Somebody knocked at my door and had the wrong house. But here we go.
Did, nor the state attorney general did here, was put this evidence in front of you and let you guys look at it. He independently decided, I don't think this is enough. Under our justice, under our court, you have to at least have 12 people in a box that make this decision. He independently made it. We want 12 people to look at this information and see what the result may be. I gotta believe it will be completely different. The other thing is, it's interesting enough, this video that's sitting out there that no one has seen. For everyone, from the U.S. Attorney here in Baton Rouge to the FBI office in New Orleans to the State Attorney General here, for every one of them to say that that video is bad. But no one wants to give it to us. They all want to sit there and hold on to it, keep it somewhere and say, oh, I've sent it back to the federal government, or I sent it to the sources that had it. It's strange that the mayor and her office have been sitting on this video for at least 3 or 4 days, and no one has seen it. But yet we get called here today to tell them, oh, we've sent it back 3 days ago. A lot of things are strange about this case that we're going to find out real fast. But they need to be terminated, and thank y'all.
All of them need to be terminated.
Thank you, guys.
The mayor and all of them need to get out of there. Yeah, I read it.
That's right.
So if y'all seen the lady talking in a wheelchair just now, that's his aunt, the one they raised him after his mother passed away. She's the one I was telling y'all about yesterday in my video. When she always on Facebook, we friends on Facebook, and she went live when she visited the FBI headquarters in New Orleans. So when she was coming from New Orleans, she was over I think that was the Ponchatoula Bridge. I remember her saying something about she don't feel good, or I'm about to get off, I gotta pull over. And I know she had been crying like right before she said that part. So I was like, I wonder, did she feel herself getting sick or lightheaded then, or whatever it is that causes you to have a massive stroke? Because you see a person one way one day, and then the next day their whole body has reformed into, because they done had a stroke. So just imagine that one day you see a person one way, and then the next day you find out that they've had a stroke, and it changed their speech. They have to learn how to walk, talk, and everything again. So, people just don't understand how much that done took a toll on that family, the Sterling family. And so, as y'all can see, this case is far from over. They pursuing a civil suit. They taking it to court where they're gonna have a jury to, judge the case and stuff. And let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that they should continue? I mean, they're gonna do it anyway. Do y'all think they should continue with a civil suit, or just let it all just be in the hands of God and, just let it be what it is now, and just let God do what he gonna do with the situation? So y'all let me know what you think in the comments section, and I will be back on Friday with thoughts on the fact that they are upholding those tapes from the convenience store where he was killed at, because the guy who worked in the store, him and Alton was good friends, so he was okay with Alton selling CDs outside the store. I mean, you see that everywhere. And they put him in the police car, searched the store, took the man's surveillance, and had his surveillance ever since July 6, 2016. So they are just gonna release it to the public, probably before they even give him his surveillance video back. And then he also gave his statement and his side of what happened. And he was saying that they came up there harassing Alton a lot. So I'm going to be following up some more on this. And I'll be back on Friday with my part 3. Justice for Alton Sterling.